Don't forget to check out the official Geekdom 101 store where you can support this channel as well as World of Geekdom with tons of different designs, sizes, and colors for you and your loved ones of Geekdom 101 merchandise. Different shirts from throughout the years, including the brand new Empowerment shirt just for you. Check it out. I'll leave a link down below to the official Geekdom 101 store. And thank you for almost 4 years of support. It means a lot to me. Alright, so it's all here, folks. The Dragon Ball Super Broly Japanese special preview screening has happened this morning or last night in Japan. We now have complete spoilers for the film. This video, we're going to be going over the spoilers, discussing them. So, before we go any further, okay, you know it. You're being warned now. We're going to get into the entire plot of the movie here on this video. And thus, if you do not want to be spoiled, click off now. Is the time to click off right now, because we're going to get into it. Those of you who watched my video on Sunday where I spoiled the end of Dragon Ball Super Broly, in that video I gave you the ending, well, I'm vindicated, because pretty much everything I said in that video is exactly what happened in the movie, but now we have more details. However, because the screening ended just a few hours ago, I don't have explicit details on every scene. Like, I don't know what every character says. I don't have the script. I haven't seen the movie yet. But we're going to go through the general plot outline of the film and discuss the story of the movie, because we have it here at last. So, as we all thought, or many of us thought, the first act of the film is totally in the past. It's all about Frieza, the Saiyans, Bardock, King Vegeta, exactly as we thought. And in this version, Toriyama chose to combine Dragon Ball Minus with the Bardock special and take elements from both, so to speak. So, basically, Frieza, of course, is in command of the Saiyans, but like in the original manga, he doesn't want to, he's worried about them possibly getting too strong. And while that's all going on, King Vegeta does indeed, exile Broly. Paragus wants revenge. He gets mad. I don't have any details about what happens with Paragus and Leet, but I do know that Bardock does indeed rebel against Frieza, but this version is not the same as the Bardock special. Bardock does face off with Frieza, but before he does that, him and Gine send Goku to Earth, or Kakarot is what he was at that time, and, well, if you've read Dragon Ball Minus and seen the Bardock special, you know how the story goes. Frieza, of course, kills Bardock, destroys the entire planet, and the only survivors are Goku, Vegeta, Broly, and presumably, obviously Nappa, Raditz, and presumably Tarble, even though I didn't hear anything about him in this movie. Toriyama did write the character, but those are pretty much the main things, you know what I mean? Oh, and I should probably mention that, yeah, Paragus does not get destroyed by Frieza. He goes off, with Broly and whatnot. So the first part of the movie is that. It's pretty much that. Then we go to the second act, which is when we go to the present, or whatever you want to call it, 40 plus years later, and essentially it's after the Tournament of Power, but we don't know exactly when. Beerus, Whis, and Goku are eating food at Capsule Corp and everybody, like in the trailer, but basically we find out that Frieza stole the Dragon Balls. There's security camera footage of Frieza stealing all the Dragon Balls except for one Dragon Ball. There is one Dragon Ball he does not have, and it's the one in the icy region, the one with all the snowy mountains that we see in the, in the trailers, the big snowy region. So at this time, Broly is, of course, grown up. He's on planet Vampa. Frieza's forces do find him, and they go on Frieza's forces, or on Frieza's main ship or whatnot. And actually, Frieza recognizes Paragus. There is a scene in the movie at some point, and this is kind of funny to me, that Toriyama threw in, where they show somebody in a shower, and you think that it's Bulma, but it's Broly, and that's a big laugh. Lots of big laughs in this movie, from what I understand. There's some pretty good stuff here. So, essentially, Frieza finds Broly. He remembers Paragus, and then we get to what pretty much becomes the main part of the story, which is when they go to Earth. Frieza wants the Dragon Balls, and like I told you on Monday when I did my second spoiler video, Frieza, throughout the movie, you're meant to think that he's going to wish for immortality because that's what he did on Namek, or what he wanted to do on Namek, but no, he wants to be 5 centimeters taller. That is what Frieza wants, and Bulma wants to be 5 years younger. So they're both wishing for very superficial things, and at some point in the movie that becomes, a clash. So pretty much what happens is, to kind of summarize the big, what's really important, it's the fighting. And by the way, Every single person I talked to that has seen this movie, whether it be somebody who worked on it or somebody who actually saw it during this screener, has talked about how amazing it looks. This is the best looking Dragon Ball movie in history, and there were people who were saying that this is the best theater experience they ever experienced. So get hyped for that, because I was stunned to read people's reactions coming out of the theater. Friends of mine that went to go see it and friends of friends that went to go see it, all positive. All positive for Dragon Ball Super Broly. So, what ends up happening is Broly, Frieza, Paragus, they all go to Earth, and Broly and Paragus confront Vegeta and Goku. Vegeta's the first one to fight Broly, like I told you on Sunday, and this is a great fight, of course. Broly fights in his regular base form against Vegeta, Super Saiyan God, but Broly gets tougher as the fight progresses, and then Goku steps up, and actually Goku is beating him in base for a while, in base form, but as the fight progresses, Broly's getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and what ends up happening is Broly in base is handling Goku. Then, at one point in the film, Frieza decides to make things worse because he remembers what happened when he killed Krillin on planet Namek. So Frieza kills Paragus. Frieza killing Paragus makes Broly snap and transform into a Super Saiyan. And now things get bad because Broly is really, really powerful now. Goku and Vegeta together cannot defeat Broly in Super Saiyan Blue. They can't beat him. So Goku gets beat up real bad. Vegeta does. They go to Piccolo's location, and they're like, how do we beat this guy? Well, let's try fusion. But they don't have any Potara, so they're going to have to use the fusion pose. Piccolo and Goku have to teach Vegeta the fusion pose. Vegeta knows that Gogeta and Trunks do it, but he's never done it himself in this continuity. Obviously, in the old Z movies he did in Fusion Reborn, Dragon Ball Z Movie 12, but this is like a reboot, so he doesn't know anything. And pretty much what happens is they have this kind of quasi-comedy scene where they do screw up the fusion and they make Veku. Now, apparently, Broly has lost control and he actually fights Frieza at one point too. And yeah, Frieza, he doesn't come out very well. So they make the fat Gogeta, the skinny Gogeta, and then they finally get the perfect Gogeta. So Frieza's getting beat up, goes golden, Gogeta appears. He says he's there, and then we have the big fight scene of the movie. So there are some conflicting reports about what form he uses. I believe it's Super Saiyan for sure. Super Saiyan Yellow, the original, and Blue. Not sure about base. Even though I do think he starts off in base, I have been told he definitely uses Super Saiyan Yellow and Blue, no red, which I thought originally he did, or he was going to use, but no, it's just Yellow, and then he gets to Blue, and when he gets to Blue is when things get really crazy. Then they have the alternate dimension stuff, right? At this point, Broly's a Super Saiyan, but he gets stronger. So as Gogeta raises his power, Broly also raises his power. And essentially, they have this huge fight. And I mean like a long fight. Like Gogeta and Broly is not like 2 minutes. They are going at it for quite some time in this film. And it's described to be some of the most insane animation you've ever seen. Just to clarify some things, Gogeta does not do the Soul Punisher in this movie. Apparently, Bulma suggests they fuse as well. I didn't even know that until recently. No appearances by Jiren or any of those people. There's supposed to be some kind of like flashback for like a second to some of the TOP stuff, but not too much. No Gohan at all. Not even a cameo. Sorry, Gohan is not in this movie. Gogeta and Trunks are there at the beginning, and that's it. That is it. Beerus is babysitting Bra, or Bulla, whatever you want to call her. Yeah, that's all Beerus does in the movie, and a few jokes here and there. So, when it comes to Gogeta, okay, so essentially from what I understand and what happens, Frieza tries to blow up Chilai's, that's how you say her name. He tries to blow up her ship. Gogeta stops him from doing it. Frieza's actually about to, he's getting beat up by Broly, because he's distracting Broly. Gogeta shows up, and at some point, and if I sound a little bit weird because I'm a little bit sick, so I apologize for that, just letting y'all know. But anyways, at some point, Whis and Broly happens, like what I told you on Sunday. Whis is just toying with him. Whis is way, way more powerful than Broly. So Gogeta fights Whis. It's a crazy battle. They go into a different dimension. It's just absolutely insane. Gogeta's about to finish off Broly with I don't even know what to even call it. It's supposed to be some kind of like cosmic Kamehameha. The Soul Punisher's not in this film. The Stardust Breaker, not in this movie. It's like I don't know if it's a final Kamehameha. I haven't seen the movie yet, but it's a big Kamehameha. And just before then, Shilai wishes that Broly be saved. So the dragon grants the wish, and he disappears. Broly goes back to the planet Vampa. So this time, it's, Gogeta does not defuse. They don't do the defusion thing this time. This time, Gogeta actually kind of wins, and then Shilai saves Broly because she sympathizes with him, because she likes him. Now, people have been asking, are they going to get shipped? I'm not really sure, but I know that I was told that it's more of a sympathetic relationship. She sympathized with him because, he was exiled, he grew up on that planet, didn't really have a great childhood. And pretty much what happens is, Goku, in the prologue, or the epilogue of the film, Shilai and Lemmo want to find him, but Goku, of course, teleports there, and he brings Broly food from Bulma, and he says, hey, maybe sometime we can fight again. And Broly's like, okay. They don't have beef. There's no beef here. Broly is really, really powerful. Goku states in the film that he thinks that Broly is stronger than Beerus. That's what he states in the film. Now, whether or not he is, that remains to be seen. But I want to clarify this right now. He says Broly might be stronger, okay? There's going to be some misinformation going around about this. He said Broly might be stronger than Beerus. So if you're a Beerus fan, don't really overthink that. Goku thinks he might be stronger than Beerus. Now, also, I want to clarify a couple of things, too. People are saying Gogeta is stronger than Vegeta. You have to remember that the Tournament of Power, this is Goku and Vegeta after that arc. They are way stronger than they were during the Trunks arc. So if they made Vegeta here, it would be ridiculously powerful, just insanely strong. So remember, Gogeta in this movie is really, really strong. But if they did Vegeta with the Potara, I don't think it would be that much of a power gap. But that remains to be seen, because I think we will see more of this in the future. So, no Ultra Instinct, sorry. No Kaioken, no Vegeta Blue Evolution. The movie's big ending, pretty much, okay, as far as the forms Gogeta has, base, Super Saiyan, God, and Blue, but some are saying just base, God, and Blue, without regular Super Saiyan. I believe it's the former, but I don't know. There's different reports coming out about it, because I guess people are confused. I really don't know why they're confused about it. But no Kaioken, no Vegeta Blue, no Ultra Instinct. The big climax is Goku refers to himself as Kakarot at the end of the film. Remember that whole Goku finally thing they were talking about? Like, what is the big line Goku has at the end of the movie? Goku refers to himself for the first time ever as Kakarot. And that's a big deal. That is a huge deal. If you are following the Dragon Ball narrative, Goku always denied his heritage. He did not really show any true Saiyan pride. He's always been the Saiyan that grew up on Earth. He's Goku. He's always told Vegeta and Frieza and Raditz and Nappa that, he's not Kakarot, he's Goku. This is the first time that Goku's actually gotten in touch with his roots. And that, to me, is pretty damn cool. That's a big character moment for Goku. I may do a whole in-depth video about this in the future, because I think it's pretty cool that they did that. Broly's still alive. He's living, I suppose, with Lemmo and with Shilai on planet Vampa. I don't think we've seen the last of Broly at all whatsoever when it comes to Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball altogether. So the only other thing I want to talk about here is Cooler. Okay, so apparently in the film, there's a reference to Frieza when he wants to be taller, and somebody says, oh, so you want to be like your brother. Now, there are conflicting reports about this. One person said that line was not in the movie. Others said that it was. Okay, so just letting you know, as of right now, people don't remember the entire movie. So there's going to be, some people getting it mixed up. Plus, like I said, there's so many different people going to this, and it was so intense that I can't blame them for not remembering. But just letting you know that there is talk that line was in the film. So yeah, it may or may not be. I don't know. So I can only imagine how many people are going to say, oh my God, Cooler is canon. Because I don't use that word, but A lot of people do. And yeah, it looks like Toriyama is not done borrowing ideas from outside of his manga. See what I'm saying? So at this point, the future of Dragon Ball, anything can happen. Toriyama can do whatever he wants. If he's going to introduce Frieza having a brother, which we assume is going to be cooler, right? Who else could it be, right? I think I like cooler. I'm cool with it, no pun intended. And I don't know if he's ever going to show up, but I think he probably will at some point. The movie really leaves some things open as far as that goes. Also, remember the scene in Avengers when the Hulk grabs Loki by the leg and, beats him around and says, "Puny God"? Broly does that to Goku at one point in this movie, so that's pretty freaking funny. Again, I'm kind of jumping around here, but I'm giving you just the general outline of the film. Tons of praise about the music, the presentation, the animation, the voice acting. It's going to be a fun movie to go see. A very simple story, but one that I think is effective, and one that I think is, it seems like a pretty simple but cool story, and it's going to be a spectacle. It's going to be a roller coaster ride, so at least there's that. So that's pretty much the outline of the film. We'll see where they go from here into the future, but if I get more details, I'll do another video or a stream going through more details. But like I told y'all on Sunday, that's pretty much what happens. Piccolo doesn't do anything. It really is a story that Toriyama is focusing on Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. He is putting the focus on those characters and, of course, Frieza and their fathers and how it all kind of relates. So, unlike the Tournament of Power, which was focused on a lot of different characters, this is really the story of Goku, Vegeta, Broly, Frieza, and of course their fathers. That's pretty much what this is. Very focused, and I like that. I like the fact that it's just about them. And later on, we'll probably get a movie with Gohan doing cool stuff, or a TV arc or something. We'll get something, I'm sure. This is not the end of Dragon Ball at all. This is actually the rebirth, because this movie introduces a brand new style. It's a totally revamped Dragon Ball as far as visuals go, as far as aesthetics go. And I look forward to seeing where this story goes, because I find it very hard to believe. In fact, I don't believe that this is the end. There's probably a lot more coming in the future with not only Broly, but the rest of these characters. So, again, new Broly, different Broly. I like this Broly a little bit more, but damn, he's stronger than Beerus. Where does Jiren rank in all this? I think they can make a crap ton of money if they promote, and I'm going to use pro wrestling slang, if they promote a Jiren versus Broly fight. That would be a huge fight for the anime, TV, or movie, whatever. I think that would be great. Great. That's money. That prints money, in my opinion. Anyways, that's it. If I get more details, I'll share them with you. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I told y'all on Sunday, don't question me when it comes to these things. And don't forget that people out there will always try to bring you down and say that you're lying and say that you don't have any credibility or any resource or any of that stuff. Just keep growing as a person and, keep improving, because that's what I'm trying to do with my life. Thank you. I love you guys. I'll talk to you very soon.